Hello everyone, and welcome to One Stitch at a Time. I'm your host, Michael. I am also a punk rock knitter on Ravelry, if you want to find me. So yeah, I was going to do a 2-week recording because of Blanket, because on Wednesday I was working on the Blanket, and I still had a square to do, and so I was like, you know what, I'll do it next week. And then I realized the weeks are getting hectic, so I have time now because Russ works once a month on Saturdays. And this is Saturday, and I work at 12:30, so I'm going to do a quick podcast. Usually they don't last more than a half hour, so I'm golden. So what's new? Me and Russ last night celebrated our 1-year anniversary, so that was fun. We went out to Cheesecake. Well, when we originally met, we met at the Lincolnshire Barnes & Nobles, and then we went to Cheesecake to get food, and then we went and saw We're the Millers. So I said, what I want to do, both of us were like, I want to take you out to dinner. And we were like, well, no, I want to. So we said, okay, you can do one day, I'll do the other day, and that will be our thing. I said, can I have Friday? Because I would love us to go back to Lincolnshire, meet up at Barnes & Nobles, go get food, and go see a movie like we did on our first date. He was like, oh, that's sweet. And so he worked, and then he works today. He worked 7 to 3. So we went to Cheesecake, and we waited forever. They were swamped. And I didn't think that I guess it was a Thursday. I thought it was a Wednesday that we met. He says it's a Thursday. But and we had dinner at like 9, because we met at 8, so it was late and everyone was gone. And now we just meet at like 6:30 prime time dinner time. So it was swamped. We had a really good meal. Then he said, you know what, I'm really tired. I don't think I can do a movie because I have to wake up early. You want to go back to the apartment and watch We're the Millers? And I thought, hey, yeah, that's perfect. That's the movie we saw on our first date. So we did that, and then he went to bed, and I stayed up because I was tired, and I could sleep in, and he couldn't, so I just had to stay up in the middle or a lot. So that's basically, work's going good. I know I wanted to make this, like, this is my rough draft podcast. I don't have a blog, I don't have anything, so, I mean, whoever views this, like I said, you're just seeing the rough draft, but I'm getting into the swing. I'm slowly picking up things as I go. And when I have more time, more money, I will make more of a podcast effort. So, what was it? I totally lost track because I was saying something. Yeah. So, I wanted to kind of make this podcast. Everyone has kind of their own thing, like, just their own niche. I wanted it to be about psychology, and then I was like, no, music, because I love music, and so I kind of have an idea for an activity, kind of ideas for knit-alongs for the future when I actually take this seriously, do like show notes and editing, and learn editing software, which Russ will help me with, I'm sure, and stuff, but right now it's just a YouTube video blog, and, so yeah, so I'm wearing my Dead Kennedys Holiday in Cambodia shirt. I love this shirt. Because it's just a play, it's very creative, and it's not black. And I used to wear like only black t-shirts, and I'm kind of branching out, and so I like this t-shirt I have for a while, and I finally picked it up a while ago. So I'm wearing that, so I'm still working things out, but I wanted to, one stitch at a time, one day at a time. And then I thought, well, I'm working with substance use for my internship, so maybe I could talk about, things I'm learning from people, things that I'm seeing that, I'm not going to share stories because of the breaking confidentiality, but things that I'm learning. I've been beginning to start to run segments of groups, come up with activities and do them. One was involving confidentiality, ironically enough, because my group, someone broke confidentiality. So we thought I work with the youth, so it's not like they're still young, so they're still learning, so we kind of just did an activity involving confidentiality, and it's perfect. And thank God I'm a knitter because it involves ball yarn, and I just picked out one of the ones I don't like because it got all knotted and stuff, so I was like, toss that aside. But so my internship's going well. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning intakes. I'm learning debriefing. I'm learning how to close things, how to open case files, run groups, run individual sessions. Soon enough, I'm going to have individual clients that I'll be seeing, as well as the group. So it's going to be crazy. It's getting crazy. School starts in 2 weeks. I still haven't got my book. Actually, I have to check the mail to see if my book came. Because I have to read the first chapter, and I have to do my first week of journal about my experience. And, yeah. So there you go. So that's that. That's life. Life is crazy. My dad called because I haven't talked to him in a while, 2 weeks, and he lives right now in Ohio in an apartment because he got a new job. My family is moving down there, but it's going to be a while. So I think he was lonely, and I mentioned this in the other one. I wanted to knit him socks out of Fiber Nymph Dye Works. I love her stuff. The American Legend, which is Harley themed, and I would knit him just vanilla socks, and that way he could just have a piece of me whenever he wants. You know, he doesn't have to wear them outside, but if he's lounging around the house and wants to just relax and put on some warm socks because it's cold and in his apartment or house or whatever, he can do that. That's me. So I just figured that'd be something nice. So let's get into the knitting of what I've done, because actually I've done quite a bit. I'm just making sure that Russ's blanket, the block. God, it's tricky, it's heavy. It doesn't help us cut on something. Okay, I'm working on the border. I have 2 side edges done. 1, 2. I'm kind of upset because I just learned for the sweater provisional cast on, which I probably should have done for the I-cord, so I could gaff it nicely, because but whatever, it's just like a small 4-row thing that I'm just going to mattress stitch or something. Somehow I'll figure it out when I get there. Find off and do a mattress stitch. But I have to weave in a few, probably more than a few, more ends. This is all kind of just weaved in and stuff. But I spent yesterday, I said, I knit the border until I ran out of the blue yarn, which I have to pick up another skein. It's just like seriously more yarn. I'm like, well, why don't you use the other color? Because that would look bad. And he goes, well, and I'm like, no, yours is going to be good. I'm not making it look ugly because I ran out of yarn. It's okay, that blue I love, I can use for my nephew's blanket or something. Because I have to make him a blanket. I think actually that'd be a cool blue to do. The berry blue. This is out of Caron Simply Soft. I have white, grape, limelight green, black, and then blue is berry blue. So the edging is berry blue. It's done on size 8 needles, and the border is done on size 6. I'm almost done with that. I have a week, literally a week, and I'm in my procrastination mode because I'm almost done with it and I have a problem finishing things. And so I have to either today or, sorry, my hair is doing, it is reversed. Whatever, I'm just gonna leave it. I got a haircut and I'm not really happy with that. We'll talk about that later. I'm in my procrastination mode. So I'm out of yarn. I don't want to weave them out. Sorry. After there are 55 blocks. So you had to add in yarn sometimes. So there's more than 55. No, it's double that. So there's more than 110, and we've ends to weave in. I've weaved in a bunch of them. There's still a little left, but I can easily do the border, finish the border in like a day. I just have to get the yarn and the tabs, which is my downfall. And this is like, oh, it's easy. I'm like, it's not for me. I have a problem finishing things. I don't know what that is. I'm not there and going to therapy. There's a problem finishing things. Probably letting things go. I don't like letting things go. I'll be glad to let this go because it's going to be awesome. I'm going to love it. The other night I was like, oh, I'd love to cuddle in your blanket, but there's a huge needle that is holding the stitches, and I don't want you stabbing yourself with your blanket. And it sounds breathless as soon as you get rid of it. So, that's that. The other thing I'm working on is my sister's birthday sock. The second sock. And on the cuff, this is my carry-around knitting, because it's small, it's durable, easy. I have the first one done, have to weave in the end. I might figure out how to block it. I don't know. I don't have my blocking supplies with me. I love this. I love the way the bamboo just kind of makes the yarn distress in the colors, and it's out of the Pink Sugar colorway from Deborah Norville's Serenity Stock Weight, and I love it. I like it a lot. I'm using size 2 needles, and actually I'm not using foil. I'm using some from Joann. I forget what kind of brand she is. She's, another generic. But the ladders are less noticeable. So I think it's the stupid foil yarn, or foil needles. I don't like those. Those I try not to buy. Which, we'll get into that story later after I finish what I'm doing. Okay, so that's that project. Then, see, this is why it's fun now, because I have more than one project, more than just a blanket. I worked on Mary's sweater, which is all not as. Please don't be falling asleep. Okay. I should get those needles and that make it so that the yarn doesn't fall off the needle. So, here's the body so far. Wait. It's a free pattern, and it's just to knit up to where I'm at. You can't really see the design. And okay. That's the middle section. So there's like a textured design with pearls and stuff. So you knit to a certain point, and then you do the sleeves. And then you're going to join the sleeves and the body. So right now I'm on the first sleeve. And this looks totally wonky because you do a provisional cast on. It was my first provisional cast on. And it took me probably 45 minutes to figure out. I did the waist yarn provisional cast on because I have a crochet hook somewhere. I don't know how to crochet. I don't want to know how to crochet right now. So they were like, oh, you can do it with your waist yarn. If they don't make it really clear, I might make a message to someone to make a provisional cast on and kind of explain things a little better, because they show you how to do it, but they don't tell you. Okay, you have like your waist yarn. I don't remember, but you gotta have a waist yarn and your working yarn, and so you like work under and then over and under, and this is totally bad looking, but it creates what looks like, when you do that, it looks like 2 stitches, but you've really only created 1, but they don't tell you that. So I'm like, they're like, cast on the number of stitches you need, and I'm like, well, what counts as a stitch? Like, is that a stitch? So then, what you can do is, every time you do just the working yarn, it's a stitch. When you do the working yarn and the waist yarn, it's not a stitch. That kind of secures it. So, I figured that out, and then you kind of like roll it because it gets all wound and stuff, and that will tell you how many stitches you have. It's a difficult, tricky thing, and it's a pain in the butt to do on double point. But I'm working the sleeve, and I just started it, so it's just barely anything. But I'm going to work more on that today. So I'm doing the sleeve, and this is out of some yarn that was gifted to me. I probably don't have... Oh, here we go. Actually, I do. This is out of Atacama. It's 100% alpaca, hand dyed. It was a gift for me, given to me. Color 501. Needle size they recommended size 7. I'm knitting with size 5, and I'm getting, like, I didn't do a gauge swatch, but I was just using recommended. I did a size up from what my niece is. She's turning 2. I did a size 4, so it will fit her at some point. And if it's at age 3, that's fine. It's 100% alpaca, color 501, and there is how many yards per skein. Does that say? Oh, wait. It's a 50-gram ball. It's 110 yards. It's 110 yards. I've used 2 balls so far. So, well, I used the ball, and then I'm almost done with one for the body, and I'm doing one for the sleeve. I have to make some more. But it's kind of neat. I'm doing my first sweater. I'm learning a lot. Learning the provisional cast on. I was reading it, and actually joining first sleeves is not that difficult. I was scared to death about doing that. It terrified me, the idea of doing it. And it doesn't look that hard, actually. So, yeah. Doing that. So that's that. Oh, a fail project. The other day I was working really hard. I was at work, at the internship, and I had a bad day the next day at my job. And I almost started crying at work. I was just worn out. Actually, you know what? That was the day I didn't go to work. I called in and I said, I can't come in today. My job is working with kids with autism. And I was so stressed and so worn out. And then I had to get gas, and the gas pump wasn't working. And I was losing it. Like, I was becoming very angry and very stressed, and I just couldn't handle it. And I was like, I can't deal with kids right now because I don't want to snap. I don't want to get cranky. I don't want anything negative to happen. So I called in and I said, I can't come in today. I'm sorry, I'm having some personal issues, and I thought I could do it, and I can't work today. And they were very nice and understanding. And I just said, you know what, I'm overly stressed, and I'm realizing it. And taking that day off was actually good. Good decision. So I went with Russ. Russ came home and was like, how are you? Because I texted him and I said I didn't go to work. We went and got ice cream, walked around, and then I was like, you know what, he bought himself like a movie. Because that's something. Oh, a video game. He bought himself this really cool, it was a 3-pack thing. Well, bought out. It was Uncharted, the only one's left or something. And Heavy Rain. It was like a 3-pack deal, and actually it was a really good deal. So he got 3 really great games for a really low price. Basically 3 games for $22. And alright. So I was like, you know what, I want to buy yarn. I want to make myself some socks. And I need to do something for me. So I bought, and I was going to do this color work with Rebel Socks. Because I bought, Stash Enhancement. I bought my sister a skein of yarn from Fiber Knits Dye Works. when it comes, I'll show it to you. Actually, it's arriving at my mom's name. Text her and be like, if you get a skein of yarn, it's for me. It's best gift. It's, you know, I'm buying it for a purpose. So, yeah, that's fine. And she was like, okay. Usually if I were like, for me, she's like, stop buying things. But I bought 2 skeins, like 50 gram balls, because it's a color work, so I figured 1 skein of each will be enough. But I was thinking, color work, Michael, you want to contrasting colors that will show up. So I did like, the first one's like blue, it's like a barber pole that's got blue, gray, and black. And then I did like solid black. And I'm like, well, this is stupid, you're not going to see the pattern. So I decided I'm going to do the Huntsman sock from the book for myself. But the balls are all knotted, and I didn't want to deal with that, so I just did a sweater. I started working on that. And that's actually good because even though it's not for me, it's something new, it's a challenge. I love challenges, and I'm learning new things, and so I'm happy. I might look in the notes because the body says to do, that's the other thing I like. I did 8 to the half. 8 and a half. I did the recommended length of the body. But if you notice, the bottom curls. So when I'm measuring, because it says till it's that, I've been uncurling it. Because you're going to block the sweater anyway, right? So I figured if curling it won't curl when it's blocked. But I should go in and look at notes and see if anyone said it should be till the curled edge, which means I have to do more. But that's okay because I can do the sleeves, and then if I have to do more, I could still work the body the number I need, but have the sleeves done and not showing. So it's great because I can pause this, work on the sleeves, and then, yeah, do that. And I mean, it's the length, so if she's a kid, it's not like, length is not really a problem. So, that's that. That's my knitting world, that's my world, and that's it. So I have a lot going on, a lot on the needles, and frog, partly frog. I mean, I'm going to work on those socks for myself, yeah. And the first I want to work on, I'm okay with gifting. I think it was just the blanket. I love rust. I love rust. I love making things. But making a queen size afghan that requires at least 3,200 yards of yarn, and expecting to do that in a basically 2.5 month period, I was an idiot. I just focused on that, and then I just got burned out about it. So I don't think I'm ever going to knit a large blanket as a gift for anyone in a short period of time. Oh, I want to talk about my charity knitting. I've come up with things that I can do, and this is going to be when I get my podcast going on like Ravelry and stuff here or whatever. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But every year I do a charity thing. I decided that from last year. Last year I did it for the home. This year from Thanksgiving break of my school till New Year's, I am doing Christmas. I'll do New Year's because like the hospital's not going to be open. I'm going to do stuff for preemies, babies, preemies. I'm going to do sleep stacks, preemie hats, baby hats, booties if I can. Things that babies need, and I'm going to give it to them and say, here are some things that even if maybe the mom needs some extra things, you can give them to mothers who can't really afford baby clothes. So here's some baby hats, here's some baby booties. I think they have bibs and stuff. I gotta check that out. I can make bibs. So it's gonna be babies. Next year is going to be for the elderly. I'm going to do shawls, hats, gloves, stuff that they have for the cold, and give it to the retirement village that my grandpa resided at. My grandpa still resides there, but I mean, I don't know if she'll be around next year. She's old. I hope she is, but I mean, it's gonna be for them. And just be like, and say, no, you guys took really good care of my grandparents, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate everything you do, so I want to give to you. The next year is going to be for soldiers, and I'll do soldier socks and hats and stuff. And that's going to be boring, because it can only be ribbed black, olive green, and something else. But, I'll do socks, hats, gloves, if there are a lot of gloves, I don't know. But I mean, they can even, I guess, have it up when they're on leave, or not working, so I don't know how that works. I have to look into that. And then the next year, I worked at a residential facility for developmentally disabled adults. I'm going to knit things for them because those guys are constantly losing their hats, their gloves, and they get stolen or left on the bus or ruined or ripped up or thrown out or whatever, and were lost in the laundry. And I'm going to knit for them and hats, gloves, scarves, stuff for the winter so that they have extra in case. To say, give it to them and say, you know, if one of the clients is missing hats and gloves, you can pull from here. Say, here's an extra hat, so they don't have to spend their money to give to them. So every year is going to be something different. I don't know how many different varieties of things, but I'm going to try to, if I'm probably not this year, but next year, it's going to be a knit-along. Or it could be this year, but I'm really not getting any views, so I mean, if 2 people want to join me and do this, that's great. But it's going to be a knit-along, and it's going to be from a certain time till Christmas, charity knit, and then give it to your charity of the related thing that I'm doing. So elderly or whatever, and or a group home or a domestic. I mean, there's millions of places I can go, or we can do. People always need things. So that's my plan for a future knit-along ideas. So I think that would be great things to do and sponsor. I like knitting. I'm a process knitter. I like the knitting process. I'm not a product knitter. I think that's why I don't have a stash, because I just like knitting. So whatever I need to knit, or whatever I'm knitting on, I enjoy it. If it's not for me, it's not for me. It's for me, extra bonus. So, I actually might make my socks the travel-along knitting, and then leave my sister's socks here, and make them the primary thing to work on. But they were in my car, so I'm working on them because they were in my car, but I can switch that out. I need more bags, I need to clean up, I have a huge amount there. So yeah. That's that. That's the show. And that's life. Those are my plans. I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy it, and remember, knit one stitch at a time.